Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming here. So it's the third webinar from the Peace of Arts project. And today we will further explore the topics of peace building, education, of youth empowerment, and we will learn more about the strategies to combine these two topics. So the key objectives we have for this meeting is to basically investigate three kinds of strategies. First, about youth empowerment, then we will go through sustainability practices, and we'll learn how to conduct a quality evaluation of our projects. We will also try to investigate some case studies, some good examples from previous projects, and I also included few practical tools that you can use in your work as the community art practitioners. So when we think about the role of youth in the art movements, it's really a big important role. UNESCO emphasizes that youth is constituting really substantial portion of the global population, and they are really pivotal, crucial in fostering peace and security. And from the other hand, art serves as a powerful medium for youth to express their experiences, aspirations, and perspectives, especially in post-conflict settings. So engaging in creative practices enables young people, for example, to process trauma, to build empathy, and to promote reconciliation within their communities. For instance, art-based peace-building projects in countries like Indonesia, Kyrgyzstan, and Nepal, Rwanda have demonstrated the capacity of youth to lead initiatives that strengthen community relations and foster the culture and peace. So in short, youngsters can be and are important peace builders. So in order to effectively empower youth through art, we can use several strategies. The first one is providing platforms. So establishing safe and inclusive spaces where young people can share their stories and creativity is really essential. This approach not only amplifies their voices, but also encourages active participation in peace-building processes. The next strategy is basically fostering leadership. So it's about encouraging young people to take on leadership roles in art initiatives, because it fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility. Such involvement enhances their skills in project management and decision-making, which are crucial for sustaining peace. Strategy number 3 is about promoting collaboration. Facilitating partnerships between young artists, community members, and organizations can lead to more impactful and sustainable outcomes. Because collaborative efforts harness diverse talents and resources, and it's promoting unity and the shared goals. Another, Anna, I skipped one, and the very important strategy is supporting inclusivity. So ensuring that art programs are accessible to all youth, including marginalized and underrepresented groups, is really vital. Inclusive practices contribute to social cohesion and prevent exclusion that can lead to conflict later on. So it's really important strategy. Next is about integrating peace education, combining artistic activities with peace education curriculum helps you understand the principles of nonviolence, tolerance, and conflict resolution. This integration of peace education equips them with the knowledge to actively contribute to peace building. And last but not least, strategy for youth empowerment is leveraging technology. It's about utilizing digital platforms and social media, which can expand the reach of youth-led art initiatives, connecting them with a more global audience and fostering cross-cultural exchanges. So we live in a global interconnected world, so definitely going online, going digitally can provide stronger impact. Implementing these strategies requires a lot of effort from policymakers, educators, and community leaders to create environments when youth can thrive as peace builders through art. By investing the creative potential of young people, societies can cultivate resilient communities that will be committed to sustaining peace. If you have any examples of youth empowerment through art from your life, from your work, feel free to write about it in the comments, maybe provide some links. I will mention through methods that are examples of those realization of those strategies. So the first one is about integrating art with social justice education. Then another example how we can implement these strategies is encouraging participatory art projects or utilize street art for community engagement and use public spaces for that. Another idea is to establish community-based cultural art centers. So to build the centers, our community centers, around art topics and connect people through that. And for teachers, it can be interesting to, for example, implement after-school arts programs. And yeah, so that, for example, schools can offer some extra classes around those topics. And good practices examples that we found in Germany are the 50 Cities, 50 Traces project and the Young Pathos Collective. So the first one, it started in Stuttgart in 2018. And it was a collaboration of the mayors for peace cities. It was not only in Stuttgart, but also in Hanover. And the beneficiaries of this project were, of course, young people. And the objectives of that project were to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. They wanted, through this project, support and disseminate the idea that cities are not the targets and promote international disarmament, education, peace building, and this cultural dialogue to art. It leverages the art basically as a medium to express the devastation of cities by war, especially nuclear conflicts, and the importance of preserving culture, history, and this collective memory. And its ongoing project. The second example is the Youth Pathos Collective that started in Munich in 2023. And in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, it started like this, that young people found their voices largely ignored in the society. So the Youth Pathos Collective aims to create this platform where young people can express themselves artistically and address the urgent issues of their generation. This project acknowledges the need for self-organized and authentic spaces for youth and empowers them basically to tackle topics through theater and interdisciplinary art forms. So these are two examples where they successfully implemented the youth empowerment strategies that we mentioned before. And now let's move to the sustainability strategies. So in this next section, I will present 3 guidelines for ensuring that the sustainability of community arts beyond the project durations. Yeah, and the first one, we called it community ownership and leadership strategy. So sustainability in arts projects relies heavily on embedding a sense of ownership within the community. By involving local artists, youth, and stakeholders in every stage of the project. That is very important to say and to highlight. So in every stage, planning, execution, and follow-up of the initiative, it ensures that it remains rooted in the community's needs and values. Training programs for local leaders and volunteers are key to this strategy, because these individuals, they become advocates and facilitators capable of continuing the project independently. Therefore, organization can also establish community art committees to oversee future initiatives. And that provides continuity and local accountability. It's because, in simple words, when the community sees the project as theirs, they are more likely to maintain and evolve it beyond the formal project life cycle. The second strategy is about cultural integration. So it's really important to integrate with local cultural practices. To achieve this sustainability in community arts initiatives, it really must align with the cultural and social rhythms of the communities that they serve. This means embedding projects into local traditions, for example, festivals, ceremonies, or annual cultural events. For example, a mural created during the project could be unveiled during a town festival, or a theater performance could become an annual event celebrating local history. These are just a few examples, but such integration ensures that the project's visibility and relevance while also reinforcing the community pride. Organization can collaborate with cultural leaders, for example, to identify opportunities for synergy between the project and local customs, ensuring that the initiative feels like a natural extension of the community's identity rather than an external intervention. Yeah, so we're coming again to this idea that they need to feel it theirs and that it's aligned with their identity, cultural identity. So they will then take the responsibility and ownership for those projects. The third strategy for sustainability is building a digital legacy and network. So in the digital age, creating an online presence is essential for the sustainability of arts initiatives. This can mean, for example, establishing a dedicated website or a social media platform to document and showcase the project outcomes, such as artwork, performances, and participants' testimonials. Such digital archive allows the project to live on as a resource, as a source of inspiration, knowledge sharing, and collaboration. Furthermore, the platform can serve as a network for participants, connecting them to the resources and opportunities and similar initiatives more globally. Organizations should also consider virtual events, online galleries, and digital toolkits to keep the project accessible to wider audiences and adaptable to future needs. This approach not only preserves the project's legacy, but also amplifies its reach and influence over the time. So now the question may arise, how organization can apply this strategy? So firstly, prioritize engagement, actively involve community members in decision-making processes to foster this genuine ownership of the project. Secondly, collaborate with local cultural stakeholders. Partner with local leaders and groups to align project goals with cultural priorities. And the third way is to basically leverage technology. So invest in this user-friendly digital tools and platforms to document, promote, and expand the project's impact. Okay, so now if we have these strategies covered, we move on to the third ones, to the evaluation strategies. So these are methods for evaluating the effectiveness and impact of community arts on peace building. So what is important here to mention, and what we really encourage you to do, is to always include participatory evaluation. Engaging the community in the process of participatory evaluation, it means directly engaging community members, artists, youth, and other stakeholders in assessing the project outcomes and processes. So this approach ensures that the evaluation reflects the diverse perspectives and needs of the community, making it culturally relevant and locally meaningful. Organizations can conduct, for example, focus groups or interactive workshops or feedback sessions where participants share their experiences and insights. For example, a post-project storytelling session could allow participants to reflect on how the initiative affected their relationships and understanding of peace building. By involving the community in defining success and identifying areas for improvement, participatory evaluation fosters trust, transparency, and shared ownership of the results, while also uncovering valuable insights for the future initiatives. The second strategy is to implement the mixed methods approach. It means to combine data for more holistic view of our project. Mixed methods approach combines quantitative and qualitative evaluation techniques to provide a comprehensive understanding of the project's impact. Quantitative methods such as tracking participant numbers, event attendance, and demographic data offers measurable indicators of the reach and the participation. But the qualitative methods such as interviews, focus groups, and creative storytelling, they capture personal experiences, those emotional shifts, and the community dynamics that are harder to quantify. So for art projects, organization might pair participant surveys and interviews and, for example, artistic outputs, such as analyzing themes in murals or performances. This dual approach ensures a balance between concrete metrics and nuanced emotional impact of art space initiatives, offering a richer evaluation of the project's effectiveness. So that's the second one. And the third one is the outcome mapping. It focuses on tracking changes in behavior, relationships, and attitudes within the community as a result of the project. This strategy is particularly useful for peace building initiatives, such like PEACEofARTS, where the goal is to foster understanding, dialogue, and collaboration. Organizations can begin by identifying desired changes, such as increased cooperation between community groups or reduction in intergroup tensions. During and after the project, evaluators can use interviews, surveys, and observation to assess whether these changes have occurred. For instance, has participation in the arts initiative led to greater interaction between previously divided groups? By answering such questions and focusing on tangible social and behavioral shifts, outcome mapping provides actionable insights into the project's long-term influence on peace building, therefore becoming like an effective tool for the evaluation of the project. Yeah, now I thought about a short activity. Let's imagine that you've just completed a mural project. Yeah. What do you do first to evaluate the impact? What would be better? Create focus groups, digital archive of the process of making it, service, storytelling circle. How can you evaluate creatively without making it feel like a report? You can write your proposal in the comments if you want to share your ideas. What we always should take into account is basically mixing different methods. Yeah, trying to make it the most interactive, the most participatory that is possible, and also try to to describe it as a process, yeah, because project, even like making a mural, yeah, we have an direct tangible output. We can see beautiful painting, but it was a process. So we should always in our evaluation try to judge, I mean, not judge, but yeah, investigate the whole process of the project, not only the final result. Yeah, and just the three four key takeaways that I would like you to have from this presentation is that the empowered youth really can transform peace building, and they can be really important and crucial advocates for sustaining peace if we implement those strategies for their empowerment. Then the second takeaway is that arts creates this inclusive and expressive spaces. It's a combination for both. So the ones that feel underrepresented or marginalized in the society, through arts, they can find a place for the expression of their ideas. The number 3 is about the evaluation, that it can be both reflective and participatory, and it will really benefit if we include especially this participation aspect. And number 4 is about sustainability strategies that need to be community rooted. Yeah, this community ownership and leadership, always connecting with the cultural needs and the cultural environment of that area. It's really important for long-lasting effects of our peace-building arts projects. And in this presentation, I also included some links to that you can use. I'm happy to share them later. There are many templates for evaluation of our projects and many art toolkits that are available on the internet. So we don't always need to start everything from scratch. We can inspired from the others, from the ones that are already experienced in the area, and yeah, just create our amazing projects. Yeah, and basically that's kind of all what I wanted to share. But I would be very grateful for your feedback. So I will put in the chat a link to the survey. It's just 5 questions. Let me just copy it. How can I copy it? I was talking about leveraging technologies, and now yeah, I thank you for your comments. Now I finally see them. Yeah, it's to gather people's opinion on site and without judging the art, but more like the message. Yeah, that's really important. It's not about judging the skills. It's really about the messages we want to pass. Yeah, so I've sent you a link here to a short feedback form about this presentation. Do you have any questions about it? All right, I got a few responses. I encourage you to fill it up. Yeah, so to sum up, to wrap it all together, yeah, I will just shortly remind you. So today the topic was about youth empowerment strategies, and then sustainability and evaluation strategies that can be implemented and are proved by the research by various cultural institutions like UNESCO to be effective. So yeah, to wrap it up, I think the most important is to always try to pass the role of leaders to the youngsters. Yeah, it's cool that we as youth workers, we organize things, but let's remember this should be always youth-led initiatives that address the needs of the local communities. And to make it sustainable, we always should track the outcomes through digital archives in this intercultural digital world. And with evaluations, I think it's the most important. What you should remember after this webinar is that the participatory evaluations are the most effective and creative and engaging. And yeah, I think that would be all from me. Thanks for for filling the feedback form. And if you have any questions, always feel free to send email to JUBUK. We are happy to share our information that we collected on that topic. Yeah, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Magda. It was really very well prepared presentation. It was really great. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, and I wish everybody a nice, good weekend.